Uh, sometimes I just think I'm not sure if that's so good. I really get in my head a lot, and not to my benefit. I find it hard to talk about myself to other people. Makes makes me feel weird because you know it's really hard to understand people. I feel like because you know just being a person inherently makes you different than other people because you can't experience what they experience. And so you don't know how they think, even if they try to explain uh, in a way for you to understand. It's not able to convey all the subtle subconscious like thoughts or feelings that they may have. And so when I want to talk to people about myself, it makes me feel like it is a useless endeavor that when I talk to people, it will make them feel like they think I'm like uncool. And now I know that's not very logical, but I feel like most people aren't inherently logical, even if they want to come off that way. Because I feel like, you know, most people have stuff that they love, stuff that they like, stuff that they're indifferent to, they dislike or hate. But I don't think there's people out there that really uh, look at things through a computer analyzation process. Because if they did, wouldn't make them very human, huh? I mean, that's why you got psychos or people with messed up brains doing messed up things all the time. And yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing out there. It's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine what it's like to be those type of people. It does not make you feel. It kind of makes you feel lucky in a way, because I mean we're lucky in a way that now we're in this weird part of history on the precipice of something great or equally disappointing. So many different avenues of things professionally or artistically or whatever the other way that you could express yourself through physical means like boxing, fighting, running, jumping, pole vaulting, uh, squeegeeing, hmm, racquetball, basketball, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I enjoy physical activity. I just also feel like I don't really have anything to anybody to do it with because my friends, while I know that they enjoy physical activity, I feel like I can't really do that kind of stuff with them unless if it was more of like a friendly thing. Like in high school, we had a awesome uh year competitive wise uh freshman year because I had a class where it's all about just that, playing those types of games with people and competitive aspects. It was really fun. Kind of like how they have rec rooms out there. They had more like, because I don't think people really go to those anymore. They have better things to do, like eat chip, podcast and lie, or whatever people do. Besides play video games and jack off or whatever. It's pretty pretty sad, but I can't really do anything about it unless people, decide to change. I mean, maybe it's not the fact that people don't do it anymore. It's just the fact that I don't surround myself with people that do that. I mean, I am completely fine with the people I surround myself with. I enjoy their company very much, and I really wish that they knew that, but I'm not sure if they ever will. It's hard to express those feelings to people. It's hard to express feelings in general. I mean, if they're not com- to your family, at least in my case, it's easier to convey certain feelings to certain people. Family, it's love because you've been given so much since a young age. It kind of feels dumb not to at least have those emotions. It makes you feel sad for the people who aren't able to be in those situations. But if there is anybody out there, I hope they find what it is that makes them happy. I whenever I work, I always try and show a happy exterior, and I hope that I brighten people's day. It really gives me solace in the fact that I make people happy. Or at least, like, I hope I do. I don't know if I make people happy. I feel like I do sometimes. I try and give an air of cheeriness, like I'm Santa Claus or something, but of course, you have thoughts like this where it's like, what's the point? Why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I even talking? Why? Why? Stuff like that. It's a weird thing to think about. Like, I need money, so I'm gonna have to have a job. I don't have time to explore certain things that other people might have had a chance to, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain the thoughts that I have or the feelings that I have it with words or pictures, drawings, media, stuff like that. I think that's what makes people so cool. Like I said, bring it all back around. People are cool, and I enjoy people. I like meeting new people, even though it's very anxiety inducing. You kind of see bits and pieces of who they are through their actions and how they speak and how they present themselves. It makes you feel for them, whether that be pity indifference, hatred, which I rarely feel towards people, uh, happiness, lust. Hey, all those people out there, stuff like that. I say that a lot. Like stuff. Yes. Yeah. Yep. I say yep a lot. It's one of those things that's just confirmation for myself. Yep, you all set. Yep, you're good. Yep, yep, yep. I I don't know. It's hard to wish for people. I mean, it's not hard to wish for people. It's hard to wish for people to. Eh, it's hard to explain. I wish that people have genuine happiness, and I know that's a weird thing to say, but I mean, I'm weird. I'm doing this. I just did it at the spur of the moment, and I'll release it at the spur of the moment. Make some fake email address, or make a new one. Type in some bullshit password and upload whatever I want. It's different. I need difference because without it, I just stagnate. Because I'm lazy and procrastinate a lot. I've actually done something in the past before with a friend, but it's been about 6 months since I've done it and nothing's come out of it. Even though it was really fun to do, it kind of disappoints me, but it's to be expected when you're young and full of spunk and energy and excitement, hope, prospect for something great, something you feel like it is your own, collaborating on a project together. It's a fun experience. I haven't really done felt that way about a thing before. At least given the fact that it's a thing that you thought up on your own and somebody's willing to actually help you accomplish that goal. It's very fulfilling. As I said, it could be fulfilling or it could just be nothing because here I am now, 6 months later. Nothing. All that time spent, all those mornings up doing things out in the world, in the grass, pretending to throw up, skits, things like that kind of get thrown on the back burner when life happens. It's not like anything big happened. It's just the person I was kind of like waiting on for stuff kind of, has a life. So I can't really go full edit mode. Even though we did talk about doing stuff in the summer. Spring break's coming up, so that's cool. Be able to hang out because I haven't seen them in a while. It'll be cool. I I miss them. They're one of my best friends, and it's really hard to have good friends nowadays. At least you see stuff where it's like 20% of people don't really have any best friends, which I feel like the statistic I saw was higher than that, but I can't really guarantee it because it was such a long time ago that I saw. So I'll just say that as a opti- optimism estimate, optimistic estimate. Excuse me. Yeah. I think I've gotten some good close friends. I mean, I'm going to do something this weekend that will be fun. Tomorrow I don't have to work, so I'll be even better. Later I'll call my dad, see how he's doing. I haven't talked to him in a couple of days, but I did go over to his place last weekend because I go there every other weekend. I really do love going over there. I get to speak with my brother and sister. I don't really see them otherwise because they're not like my mom's children. It's like my dad and my mom divorced, but you know, my dad has, kids with his girlfriend, and I love them with all my heart because I feel like there's nothing wrong with loving these little people that have been around you since you were little, I guess. I mean, I don't understand when people don't love their family when it comes to like just the part of like they've done nothing to you, but you just don't love them. Sometimes I go out there and I see stuff like that, like, oh, my dad went and had a family with this one girl, and I don't love him because, you know, my dad and my mom aren't together anymore or something. I think that's a dumb avenue to go and think across. I feel like love should be more widespread or given to other people. I say that, but I don't really practice what I preach sometimes. I say that, and I do care for them genuinely. While I don't know as much as I feel like I should, I feel like I've done a good job as a older brother. And while I haven't really taught many life lessons, I felt like I've shown how genuine my love for them is. I really hope that they feel that way for me too. Or at least I'm told by my dad. I believe him, of course, because I know in my heart that he loves me and I love him. It's a weird thing to talk about, love. It's a nice thing though. It's hard to say that you love people because not a lot of people can say that. They're like, oh, I love people, and then it's only a certain type of person. I really want to think that I'm able to be empathetic towards people that are just humans. Like, at least I feel like genuinely kind of normal. Like, not like psychos or like radical people, but like people from different walks of life. Like, hey, you, person missing a finger or two. I didn't even notice because I have a shit observation because I can't really think and listen to you. But you know what? I didn't notice, and it doesn't really affect you at all because you're you. You're a cool person, or you with the burnt face look like Play-Doh. No offense, but you know, didn't mean to be rude with that, but I think you're pretty cool. It's heroic for you to save people from a burning building or however you caught it, be it from accidental causes like I got struck by lightning. Now I have a lightning bolt on my forehead. That's cool. Cool, cool. Okay, that was a little bit insensitive, but you get what I'm trying to say. I feel like people get shunned off of their unique aspects. But I mean, it's not more of like I feel, it's more like I know that people do. Like, there are circumstances that people won't even think of before they say stuff that destroys the person that they say it to. I feel like that sucks. Like, I've been bullied in the past, well, at least when I was younger, because I was still around the same size, I guess, as other people. I mean, I was able to have. I grew up pretty quickly, like at least height wise. Uh, I was able to get out of that before it started because I was able to get a growth spurt before anybody else. And then, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just a weird feeling. I mean, even in early school, it wasn't really too good for me. I uh, I experienced a lot of loneliness. I feel like, even though I didn't really pinpoint the feeling before, whenever I think about those times, I think of how alone I was. Because the first couple of years of my school life, I kind of moved around a lot until I managed to stay at a place for a couple of years. But while being there, I also was, you know, basically ignored by people. I guess I was annoying when I was a little kid, or I was disgusting, or some other basic kid aspect that makes him unlikable. I try to be boisterous or talk, but you know, when other aspects combine together, it really does damage yourself. Like, oh, I talk a lot. Oh, I was home alone a lot when I was a little kid. Oh, I'm playing games all day. I don't have anybody to talk to. I only had two friends. How do I talk to people? I'm by myself in a bad area. Well, I mean, kind of a bad area. I can't really go outside because my mom's afraid I'll get, I don't know, taken. Like, I have two friends. Wow, that's great. Good job, little me. You did it. That or the friends that I did make were not the savory kind for whatever reason. Maybe it was just my imagination at the time, or just a combination of movies and stuff that I've seen from my mom's giant collection that has, from a young age, like made me understand things that others, you know, wouldn't generally know of, I guess. I don't mean, I feel like that the way that I phrase that kind of makes me sound snobbish. I'm not trying to make it sound like that at all. I'm just trying to say, like, I guess I had a perspective when I was younger that was altered from movies and games, and not an amalgamation of things. Movies, games, life stuff not working out the way I wanted, uh, TV shows, stuff like stereotypes and things in those mediums that have caused me to think and view things differently. And failures. Lots and lots of failures. Socially and just figuratively speaking. Like, failure to make friends, failure to become liked, or a failure of just self in a way. Because there's a lot of moments in my younger years, like elementary school and middle school that really hurt me from the people that I grew up with. And I feel like that probably caused some damage, or at least shaped me in a different path than I probably could have taken. And now that path's gone. Or at least I feel like it's gone because I feel like most adults or people my age have a general personality that stays rigid after so many years. Because it's like, it's very hard for your personality to change after you get by a certain age. I feel like mine is pretty solidified into what I have. I feel like I am quiet and kind would be two adjective. Is that it? Adjectives? Honestly, I never actually understood what those were. Adjectives, adjectives, nouns, stuff like that. I just kind of elementary school kind of skipped that day or didn't pay attention or something because I never actually like bothered to go out my way to learn about it. But yeah, I was just shit. What was I talking about? Uh, I guess different parts of life, like adjectives. Oh well, fuck! I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, disappointments in early school life were not always best combinations, especially when you have been bullied or have experienced rejection in a way. It does not reinforce your sense of self. I don't feel like anybody would be really positively enforced if they were just scolded or made fun of for being themselves. And it sucks, but that's what kids are. They do crappy shit. I mean, I've done crappy shit, but probably not as bad as what has happened to me. It sucks, but that's life. I mean, I'm trying to get by it, but I have unresolved issues, probably. I'll probably get to them at some point. Who knows? I'm still very early on in my life, and that part's reassuring at least. Maybe I can take steps towards becoming a better person. I like to believe that every day I become a better person, but it's just so small I can't even realize. When I talk about this sort of stuff, it makes me sad, it makes me want to cry, but only when I talk to it in front of people. If I think about it, I don't cry. If I say it out loud, I'm like kind of iffy. Like, I could probably cry if I really wanted to. And that's fine. Crying is okay. Because makes you know that you're human and you're able to feel things that you're supposed to. I've thought way too much, more than I could ever want to think. But that's just me. I like to think. And that's why I got gray hairs. Or at least in my beard. It sucks, but at least it gives you some character, I guess. Yeah. If there's anybody listening to this, and they're still at this part, thank you for being patient. And thank you for listening. It's very hard to come across people who want to listen, especially to ramblings of anonymous people outside. Get to see a little window into their lives. I want to try and do this more. I feel like it's cathartic. If feel like that's the right word for it. It's nice. I'll probably try and end it soon though, because I'm at 30 minutes. But it's kind of crazy. It is at 30 minutes because would never guess it's been this long. Yeah, I mean, even online, I find it hard talking to people because I have a very bad case of just like anxiety with talking with people because like what are they thinking about me? Are they thinking bad? Like why they probably think I'm a fucking loser by the sound of my voice. That's probably what they think. Stuff like that I think about. Oh, to the effect of like this guy's a fucking weirdo. I don't want to listen to him. Let's leave the voice chat now. Yeah. Speaking of voices, I feel bad that I'm gonna mention this, but I also feel like it's a good point to talk about. I mean, it has to do with personal life, but I mean, I've already talked personally enough about myself. But I'll talk about it more because why not? My brother, he is definitely gonna have a hard time. I mean, he already has had a hard time. I love him very dearly, but I can't help but say it. But he's a little bit, you know, socially inept like me. Sadly, he seems to run in the boy side of my family, because me and him basically cut from the same cloth. There's a few different aspects. I feel like he's a little bit less emotionally uh in attuned. I mean, I feel like I'm able to at least get catch up on social cues for the most part, or at least understand how I may look or how I may act. It will put people off, or I can't get past it by acting ways that kind of mess with me. He doesn't really have much of that. He already does not have a great start because he has a speech problem. Also similar to me because I had a speech problem before. I bet you could never guess. Uh, but his is a little bit more serious than mine. He's in like sixth or seventh grade. He still has problems with R's and stuff like that. Makes him sound very young, and that makes me sad because it does remind me of people that do talk like that, and they usually do end up being socially uh not inclined. And plus, the rabbit hole that he's going down to isn't gonna lead to the best outcome because he likes games, he likes anime, he likes talking about games and anime, he likes playing games online with friends. Or at least mostly online friends. I know he has a couple of friends in real life, but I don't know them very well. It just makes me worried. My sister is alright. I feel like she's doing well socially. That's why I said the guy section is socially inept, which is baffling considering how outwardly expressive my dad is. It's kind of funny, but it's just how it is, I guess. Just environments, behaviors picked up on that have caused personalities to come out. I mean, like, I would say my personality is a little bit double sided in a way, where it's like, a very quiet exterior that is trying to be kind, and a more explosive and loud inner soft part of myself where I like to be energized and yell and make fun of my friends and laugh about it and just have a great time. I'm a party animal at heart. I love talking to people, at least in the comfort of my own self. If I meet somebody new, I'm with friends. Sometimes it just feels like it doesn't matter if I act the way I do in front of them as I do with my friends. And I'm sure that probably comes because I feel comfortable acting that way in front of them because I've known them for such a while. It's freeing. I've mentioned before I had a couple of friends when I was younger. Well, I have a bigger friend group now. I would say that I was pretty isolated from elementary school to about 6th to 7th grade. 7th grade was I was starting to branch out a bit because my mom forced me into football, and then I also managed to find people at my school that play on Xbox as well because at that time the only friends I really had were on Xbox. I didn't really care about school because I didn't really have any friends there at school because I didn't care at all in general. I would sleep a lot. Because I would be spending all my time online on games the days before. I, uh, I found it hard to talk with people in person. I mean, I made a couple of friends, but they weren't really the close kind of friends that I have now. They're just people that I would talk to because we're in the same class. Nothing more, nothing less. And definitely at the time, because I didn't have social media, I couldn't really enforce these or strengthen these bonds that I created at class. I could only really, manage these ones through online stuff like video games. It was a pretty weird experience. I think a part that highlights that is the fact that I mentioned how I usually wasted a lot of time online, not getting enough sleep. There was a day where I woke up in class and the room was dark because uh, everybody in the class had forgotten that I was asleep, or at least didn't realize I was there, and everybody, including the teacher, decided to leave to go to lunch, and I just woke up at inside an empty, dark classroom by myself. It kind of showed how alone I was. It made me very sad. It was a sad moment, and I didn't realize it until later on, because you don't think about those things. It just makes me grateful for the people that I have with me now. It's uh it's a freeing experience to be able to talk about things like this. It's nice. I enjoy doing so. Look forward to more stuff in the future. I uh I find it nice, and if anybody else finds it nice, that would be good too. Anyways, whoever will see this, that be it in the morning, at noon, or at night, I hope you have a good day, good night, because it's like 11 p.m. right now where I live, and I should probably be going to sleep soon. But I might, I might not. Who knows? Anyways, good night. Bye.